Hey guys, welcome to the X-Ring. On today's episode, what I want to do is talk about a mount system that I've been seeing a lot of. I had a chance to talk to these guys when I was over at SHOT Show, but it is Kinetic Development Group. And I've seen a lot of their units, especially with the Trigicon MRO, and it's a quick release. Now, I've never been a fan of quick release, and I know there's a lot of good ones out there with like a LaRue and ADM. But this one really caught my eye, and the reason that a quick release is really good because what you're starting to see is a lot of guys running scoped optics. But let's say you bent your tube or something catastrophic happened with this and you needed to get it removed quickly so that you could go to your backup irons. Well, I'm really impressed with this unit. It is Kinetic Development Group, and they call these the Sidelok, okay? And I want you guys to look at it, and what really set this one apart is it is a cantilever style quick release mount, but it enables you to move ring positions. So, you know, I've got some Geiselas or Geiseles, however you want to call it, and those are great. I love those, but it's not a quick release. Almost all of my stuff uses a 1/2-inch socket. It leaves a big bolt hanging off the side. But this one right here, I'm going to let you guys see both sides. You could buy the base and then do a 1-inch ring, 30mm or 34mm ring. And I want you guys to see that mechanism and how it works. And what we're going to do is we're going to test it today. I'm going to get this thing on the paper. I'm going to zero it, and then I'm going to make a group of maybe 3, take the mount off, reattach it. And I'm going to do that multiple times and see if it holds at 0. Now, the way this mount works, I'm going to try to do this on the camera so you guys can see it. You can actually do it with one hand. You just reach up, and there is a slide right here. You guys see that? It's a little release tab. And what we're going to do is just push forwards, down, off. Okay, now one of the other things that I like about this is they've integrated a ball bearing system in it, so you don't have that play back and forth. So like with most of your quick releases, you've got your throw levers, but you need to make sure that your scope is forward up against the Picatinny. This one does it for you automatically. So basically all we do is we get it started. As soon as you push this down, check it out. It's locked. There is no forwards or rearwards movement. It's very fast. So if I needed to get this off, push in, down, it is off, and I can go back to my irons. So let's check it out. Let's see what this thing is going to offer and see how well it does. Price point on these are around $225. I just checked their website a few minutes ago, and they are out of stock in the 30mm, but they had the 1-inch rings and the 34mm in stock. So Kinetic Development Group. Hey guys, so today's platform, what I'm going to be using is a scope that I've never used before. This is the primary arms with the ACSS reticle. It is their 1-8. I've never used this optic before, but what we're going to do is I've got it zeroed to where it's hitting pretty close. I'm going to shoot a 3-shot group using this at the top left. Then I'm going to go to the right after I've taken it off and put it back on. The same locator marks here. I'm going to do that multiple times. We'll walk through it and see what we do as far as the shifting. Today's platform, this is going to be a Veltor rifle with a Roscoe Manufacturing 18-inch barrel. Roscoe makes some unbelievably accurate barrels. This is more of a combat style setup, if you will. Nothing that's a precision rifle, so it's not gonna, this is gonna hold some pretty decent groups, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if this is a 1.5-minute gun. I don't know, I've never tried to print this on paper with a scope, but I've never used this optic before. So this one has a 34mm tube. Let's see what we can do, and we'll look at the target. Lay down a 3-shot group, and then what I'll do is let me go ahead and put 6 in the magazine. That way I can do 3 and 3 immediately, and we'll go from there. All right. Here we go, 3 shots, top left target. Okay, is everything in the red, spotter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you got some on the white too, so.
Okay, so we're spot on. This scope is pretty darn accurate right now. It's holding the group at 100 yards, so I'm sliding the mechanism in. I'm going to take this, slide this back. As soon as I slide it back, I can take that, roll it off. What I'm going to do with the scope, we're going to pretend, you know, we used our irons or whatever. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it back on. Same location on the T mark. There it is. So now we're going to go to target area number 2, which is immediately to the right of that.
Off the white, center.
We pretty good on it?
Looks good, yes, sir.
So that's target 1. I removed it. We're still holding center. Okay, so I really didn't get a shift. And I'll tell you, as a whole, the group is going to be just a hair high and a hair left, but that's okay because we're just looking for the consistency with the scope itself as far as the mounting system made by Kinetic Development Group. So let's do it again. I've got 6 rounds left. Now guys, I can't choose the light. I know the lighting is bad, but I can't put a camera over here on this side where it'll work out better. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go down to target number 3, which will be below target number 1. We're gonna take this mount, we're gonna put it back in the same location. There it is. Target 3, going hot. But we're all holding within the red, correct?
Yeah, you're in the red and you're on the center there.
Okay, just taking it back, taking it off. Move this around a little bit. So that's target 1. I removed it. We're still holding center. I removed it again, bounced it around on the table, still holding. And we are going to reattach it. We'll do 3 more. Target 4.
All right, spotter is ready.
Shooter's ready. So, did everything hold within the red on all 4 targets?
Absolutely, yes.
So that's target 1. I removed it. We're still holding center. I removed it again, bounced it around on the table, still holding center. Here, it moved a little bit, but it was still what I would consider acceptable. And guys, these are smaller targets. These aren't real huge circles on this. It's definitely holding about, I'd say a minute on the best group, 1.25 minutes. That might be a 3/4 inch group. That's gonna be about 1.25 minutes.
I'm gonna put this in the side.
Yeah, we'll put a dollar bill up here to show you reference on the size, but there you go. That way you have an idea. But yeah, I am completely impressed with that mount system. All right, guys, so I believe this confirms my testing that this mount made by Kinetic Development Group is well worth it. It was completely repeatable each and every time that I put it on here. And like I said, this rifle is not one of these. I mean, I think we pretty much hold minute of angle group. So it's a sub MOA barrel, which I expected it with that ammo. And like I said, guys, I can't push this stuff enough. That 69 grain Match King, I mean, even on rifles that I consider like battle rifles, they typically hold a minute or so or less. But if you want to order some, go to Defender Ammunition Company, type in X-Ring in the coupon code. If you've never ordered from them, it will give you 7% off your first order. So I'm a strong believer in that, but this is about this mount system. I want you guys to take a look at it. You guys can see that ball bearing that I was talking about that slides it forward so that it locks every time. You guys can see the underneath here so that you can move your rings to the locations where it's not getting in the way of your turrets or maybe an objective or something like that. But guys, I'm very impressed with this mount system. Remember, Kinetic Development Group, Sidelok. Check them out. Have a good one. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.